Good evening, No Bravado Massive. Spotlight's just entered the building. And we are here with the fabulous DMT.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Oh, Jigger's entered as well. I didn't expect to see him today. Hang on. Hello.
Hey, what's up? You right?
Yeah, you?
Yeah.
I didn't. Hang on. My thing's not working. My speaker is not working. I don't understand why. And I can't hear you lot. How's everyone doing? I didn't expect to see you today because you done last week.
Oh, I thought you sent me links. I thought I was because last week was the extra week, wasn't it?
It was what?
Last week was the extra week.
Yeah. So yeah.
So that's right.
So what I'm gonna do is because I don't think Bella is gonna be back anytime soon. She said the new year. So we are here with DMT. Donna's gonna be joining us once a month. So in between the weeks that you and Natalie do, Donna's gonna be doing it. And I've asked hang on.
Where's Shah?
Shah's not well, you know.
Okay, sorry to hear that.
She's got the flu, and it just
enough people got flu.
Yeah, I had it, and then it went, but it's looking like it wants to reoccur.
People come in my workplace sicking up the place.
Really?
They're still, man. Stop coming, cough. Leave it alone. Let it go.
Battery fully charged.
Yeah, but if you're fully charged, why are you looking at?
Hello.
No, yeah, there we are.
What's that?
We have some sort of sound because this computer, I got it. Remember, because the other one kind of died.
Told you to buy a Mac.
I didn't buy a Mac. I'm not a Mac girl. I'm a PC girl, man. All the way.
Level up, man. Level up.
No, man. Natalie got a Mac, funny enough, the other day, but I didn't. So yeah. So I was saying we're gonna be going live with Donna once a month. Dion's going to go once a month, and then we'll obviously have different guests as well that are going to be going live with us. But no, welcome. You've been doing No Bravado with us from inception, to be fair, Donna. So you are part of the team anyway.
Thank you.
Do you know what I mean? You are part of the team, so it's not as if our audience don't know you because you are a regular guest, but now you're going to be like permanent. Once a month we have got Miss DMT with us, and I'm excited about that. I really am. So welcome.
Jigger looks a bit pensive, like I'm not sure.
No, she's the number one girl. Woman. Let me get it right. Don't want to get a box.
We're glad you remember.
Yes, I remember. Look, I checked the Adams app and it wasn't there, so I know it was good.
Hi, to all of you that are watching. I can see quite a few people are watching, but I can't see who it is. But hello to you. So yes, how's everybody's week been? Firstly, before we start jumping into bits and pieces.
I've had a very busy day.
Okay.
So work, and then I've just come back from a domestic abuse, violence against women and girls march in the centre of Croydon, which was good. Wow. And we've dedicated a bench to domestic abuse survivors, and also we had a visual memorial. So they managed to get images of all the women who have died as a result of domestic abuse over the last 10 years. And that was very, very emotional.
Over the last 10 years?
The last 10 years in our borough. and some family, some of their mothers were present. So it was very emotional, but much needed. And I really like, big shout out to my colleagues for all the effort and work that went into it. But yeah, that's what I've rushed back from, because I was like, I'm not letting Trisha down. So yeah, very busy afternoon.
It was meant to be just you and I, so I'm glad you're here, because we always need a gent's opinion. But I'm glad that you made the effort to come here. So, because I was at 1 minute 2, I was like, Ross, just me here upon the screen. Where everybody.
We'll say to you, I've got, what's the young black girl who got cut in Croydon, died?
Eliane. And
yeah.
She was also one of the images. It's very, and for me, it's very emotional, because for most of those cases, a lot of the time over the last 7 years, I've been the safer neighbourhood chair for the borough. So I would have had not direct involvement, but direct knowledge of what's happened. And
right.
So it's very, when I saw Eliane, the tears just came. When I saw her image on the table, the tears didn't stop.
Was that domestic violence as well?
Well, I don't know if
no,
domestic violence. It's not very. It's kind of, but not. You know what I mean? So
it's not domestic violence, but it is violence against. It is violence against women and girls, because it was a femicide, right? She was killed in that way because she was a girl.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, and this is what I'll say to people. I know, Donnie, well, you know about it. So, like, making referrals to the Marek and doing the dash and stuff like that is really important. Not just as a professional, but as if you hear it, if you're next door neighbour and you hear things going on, making a referral. Because people, this has happened to people in my organisation, where a woman in organisation I still work for, her husband killed her, and she had her in bed for all 2 weeks. And whenever anyone phoned the house, like, oh, what happened, and where she hasn't been to work? No, she's all right. She's just feeling well. Blah blah. It took about 2 weeks. Now there's protocols in place. This man had her wrapped up in bed, like was in bed wrapped up like she's sleeping. And there's only and then now there's protocols, like, for example, if you're not at work for 4 hours afterwards, then there's certain protocols we've got to follow now to go. People got to go around houses to check. No, we don't just take like the husband or someone. You got to have a designated person that if something goes wrong, you got to call this. We got to call a person. Because listen, there's madmen and women, but madmen out there that will do. You know what I mean,
it's a really good protocol to follow, because these, perpetrators, and I like the fact that you said, because I'm on this new kind of journey where I'm also calling out female perpetrators, because we tend to just keep the spotlight on the men. And whilst the figures are staggering, and I'm not 1 in 4 women, and we've got all the stats on it, but equally we have a lot of women players in the space who are perpetrators, and so we have to equally call them out. So having that kind of protocol is so important, because these people are manipulative, right? They're very, very manipulative, and will lie. And so many stories. Today we had a pastor's wife. He'd opened up his own ministry, and she gave the guest speech, the keynote speech, and see all walks of life,
right. So was she
a victim? Yeah, she was a victim. She had to flee. What, you think church people nice? Them are the worst. Lord God, not me. From me here, church, me gone. God, them have some little hidden devilish ways where they wrap up in a Bible and all kind of something. But yeah, she survived. She had to flee. She wrote a beautiful poem, but she said she had to flee with her 2 children and her 3 Ghana go home bags. That's all she left with. After 20-something years of marriage, investment, they built a ministry together. They had an estate back in Nigeria. Like they were like a it couple, and it just went down from there.
I mean, and like someone I know had something similar, but her husband's a pastor of the church, and some of the stories that she's told me, like, I just feel like I feel sorry for her, because I'm like, you're talking to me, so this is wrong. So
Yeah.
you're telling me, because you know it's wrong, like, you know, professionally, I can't kind of keep some of this stuff to myself. So, you're in a position where, like, he hasn't topped you now or done something to you yet, but, like, that's embarrassing you in front of the whole ministry.
Yeah, that's abuse.
Like, literally, it's wrong, yeah, Gary, but he's this. And there was some incident where she was saying she got to the church late. She's the pastor, so she got there late, and everyone knows. So she said she didn't want to disturb nothing, so she sat at the back of the church. And what happened was there was a mouse or something in the church, and a couple of the ladies started screaming when they saw it. So she saw it, didn't scream, just looked up, and then the husband is at the front. So the church is jammed, good 700 people in the church. Start cussing, tell her about how disrespectful she is, being at the back of the church, and she's the pastor's wife, and her place is at the front of the church. And like, literally, she had to get up and walk of shame to the front of the church, and man was cussing her all the way. I was like, and she goes, Gary, and she goes, like, basically, I wanted to cry, but what could I do? Like, literally, I can't just walk out. You have to kind of think.
Maybe this is why I'm not married, Carl. You gone. Who you talking
This
to?
is why we're not married. You know?
Yeah, who you talking to?
Yeah, so it said I felt away, like I wanted to cry, Gary. I sit down, and then he cast me out in front of the whole church, and I sat down at the front, and for another 5 minutes talking about the place of the wife and this, that, and the other, and I was like, so. And then she ends up making excuses for him
privately.
Yeah, and then she ended up making excuses for him. I said, you know, it's not right, innit? By telling me, you know, it's not right. So you just need to stand up and be like, but no disrespect to women as a whole, but sometimes status and security overrides your actual mental thoughts. Like, you know, it's not wrong, but it's just being scared to kind of take the step to go away, or being like, well, I've got this kind of status in my life, and I don't want to go. So so I don't know. It's weird.
All right, someone's asking for us to show us. Someone show us your ass.
Remember he came on last week.
Yeah, show me yours first, my friend. Davina says hi. Charlene says hi. This is not a tarot reading. No, it's not a tarot reading. Good evening. Good evening, Davina. Good evening, Bella. Hang on. Right, Trisha. Who is that twat on YouTube about messaging for someone to show us their ass? Yeah, you'd be surprised. People just come. Like, I've started to try and ramp up our TikTok. So I've started like doing our clips. I've just not had that much time. So I've started doing our clips and putting them out on TikTok. So we was having a conversation with Dodd, and we was talking about ownership and generational wealth. And I was saying, because, you know, like, there's some ridiculous prices for like hair, wigs, extension, and that kind of stuff. So I can go for £1,000, £800, all that kind of nonsense. So I must have said, having a wig or hair that costs £800 but not actually owning your house at this age is crazy to me. And then someone put in the comments, you need a wig, sorry, not sorry. And it's like, why you come on my page with the violence? I don't understand. You sound like keyboard gangsters, boy, because they know they're on the screen. They can just chat shit. Bella Blake says evening. Good evening, Bella. Charlene Samuels, evening, hun. Wishing you a quick recovery. Yeah, wishing you a quick recovery, Shah. Hope you get better soon. This cold is killing everybody out there at the moment. I went to work today at Spitzfield with Diva, and it was just cold and miserable and coffee, and do you know what I mean? It's just that season. 'tis the season for flus and germs, isn't it?
Mm.
But yes. All right. So let's start with our first. I've got a few topics that I want to talk about as we've got Donna. I like to hear Donna's opinions on stuff, you know me. All right. First one was a Monday Morals inbox that was inboxed to us. So let me see if nope. Let me share my screen, but I don't know if it will show it because I've done it on the reel. I'll just read it out. So you're in a solid relationship, you're living together, building slowly. Out of nowhere, your wealthy ex, the one that broke your heart but you healed from, messaged you saying, I've been thinking about you. I want to make things right. I'll give you 50,000 to start fresh, no strings attached. You held me down during difficult times, and this is the least I can do. I owe you a lot more. Meet me tonight. Your partner sees the message and they say, if you go, we're done. But £50,000 will clear your debts, set you up, change your life, and your ex is right. He does owe you. Do you go for the money or stay loyal and broke? My mum's here laughing in the background. You're going to go for the money, Mummy. Are you going for the money, Mum? That laugh means yes. Mummy's just here. Donna, you go first. What we doing?
Why do I have to go first? I don't think this is about money. This is about respect.
Okay.
Because if the shoe was on the other foot and your partner, same situation, but it was your partner, what would you want? So for me,
different from what you want and what happens, isn't it? It's two different things, isn't it?
He said,
what you want.
If you're gonna go and sleep with them, that's a different thing. But if they owe you the money,
no, I hear that. But suppose your partner said, "Listen, if you do it, we're done." There's a certain level of respect. So it's how much does your relationship mean to you? And this is hypothetical, right? So don't ask me what I would do because everybody knows I'm going for the 50 grand. But the point is, I would have, for a start, this all went wrong when your partner sees the message. What the hell? How is your messages so open to your partner? That's the first problem. And then why would you tell? Because you might make out to your partner that really you only got 10 grand and keep 40 back for yourself. Like there's a lot of problems with this hypothetical because I think there's respect. Do you respect your relationship? Do you respect your partner enough to say, well, let's be broke, we're building together? Or even, Trisha, my mother told me that there's nothing called a free lunch. So I'm always very skeptical about gifts that come with no attachments, whether we've been together or not. Because I don't like, people tend to, I don't like attachments. I don't like, I'm going to give you this. And then even though you say, right, because you're saying, oh, there's nothing because I owe you. And then 6 months down the line, oh, but I gave you that 50 bags though. See what I'm saying? Now that's going to lead to violence. Someone's going to go missing, someone's mum. So it's best that we don't take the money in the first place.
My mum's here in the background saying tough. Mum's dredging her. Mum's
hardcore. Mum's hardcore.
She's going to take the bag. Gary, what say you?
Do you know what? If I'm just thinking, if I had 50k, there's some people I've dated in my past that have done that. I don't owe things to, but if I had money, had a lot of money, I would want to give them something because they were good to me in some way.
Right.
Now, I don't know how I would do that, but obviously I wouldn't. I suppose for me, why do I have to meet you? Just put the money in my account.
Right?
Why do I have to meet you? Just pay me the money.
Don't message me, ring me. Like what?
Wait. So that's what I'm saying. Like if I won lottery, say next week, most of all the people I dated, I will probably give money to. Now,
right.
But people I know, like partners may be vexed, but what are you giving so money for? But I'd probably want to say, you know what? Here's the love. You know what I mean? It's a little cash for everybody. but not. I wouldn't necessarily have to go and meet them to give them the cash. I'll probably do it. I probably would do it. What's them again? Anonymously, and just drop it through their letterbox. Just I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I want to know. Don't look at me like I'm a madman. Like, no, I probably would. Because some of the people I've dated.
If I'm giving you 50k, I want you to know it was me that gave it to you.
You know, like that.
I'm not gonna lie.
But I wouldn't.
Because Gary was going on with some anonymous Santa Claus business just then, and down the chimney and up. You're like, what?
I wouldn't.
Gary, you know where I live anyway, so
yeah.
Anonymous envelope, yeah.
But seriously, most people wouldn't know I had the money, wouldn't know where it came from. I would just drop. You know what I mean?
So if you won the lottery, you just wouldn't tell anyone.
I wouldn't tell anyone, but see, like everyone will get hooked up. You just know money will be coming to your house through letterbox or whatever, and then that's all you know. It's like, I got this check that was getting made out.
CRO6JF, yeah? When you're ready, Gary. When you're ready.
And you can't drop it in my mum's house because my mum will rob me. So she'd be like, "It's mine. It's mine."
It's got my name on it and thing. But no, that's I would do. I would do that. I would do thing. I would just go around, drop. Now, I'm not saying it'd be 50 bags. It may be a couple grand. I mean, everyone. I'll try and bless people.
Everyone would get a little something.
Yeah, something. And I'm not saying if I won whatever money, 20 million and then I'm not saying. I know people I know would be like, because some people I know are greedy. Right. If I won 20 million and I come around and I say, for example, I put 10 grand in your letterbox. Brother, give me 10 grand in my 20 million, you know.
Right. Yeah. There is also that element.
You know what? No one knows. Just got the money, yeah.
Right.
I mean, and then it'll be like people come up to me and I know, be like, "Rah, I got so and so money, you know," or "Boom, I got this money." Like, and would you? Yeah, that's how. Did you get it? And I'll be like, "No, I didn't get. Oh, I got. Yeah, I got." Yeah, I wouldn't. I would not accept the money, but I would definitely ask them to put it in my account.
Everyone's signing up to be your friend now, Gary boy.
I agree, Davina.
Davina, I mean, you can't be friends because you spell my name with one R. You're done.
Oh no. I'm just glad that I'm part of the team once a month. Like I'm gonna be pre in my letterbox big time.
Mid-tier. So Gal, if you was in a relationship and your ex wanted to give you the 50k and your current partner said nah, what would you do?
I'll probably take it, but not tell her. How would you know? How would you know?
Exactly.
And then just drip it into the joint account. What?
It's gonna be all right.
Gary's saying you put it in the joint account. You wouldn't.
Yeah, and I said, "Is it all right?" £20
a month or £50 a month. I mean, look, as far as I'm concerned, it's no. If you're in a relationship with the Donna, it's no. For me, there's no point in one person having another person not. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense because it's selfish thing.
Gary is so sweet.
No, literally.
He's the best.
It wouldn't be if I was rich, thing. Like I said, if I had money, it literally none of my friends would be like, "Oh boy, I'm struggling." That wouldn't happen. I couldn't. I'd feel away.
But that's your friend. That's not your partner.
My partner, same thing. Like we'd have money together. We'd do things like, "Yeah, babes, this is yours, this is mine. Let's do things."
Well, I'm half Guyanese, so I'm gonna tell the person that I got 7 grand.
See,
and then they're only gonna see when the shopping start coming in. But like, raw. But there is no way you cannot tell everything one time. Even if they're your partner, you can't trust them to that extent.
Oh, come on, you got to show love, man. You got to show love.
You show love. You tell them you got 7 grand. Come, let's go Mayfair for the night or whatever it is. You live high on the 7 grand, and then you just sit down
for yourself.
Yeah, we've got kids.
My friend sent a text saying that 50 grand sounds like a budget indecent proposal.
Oh.
A budget indecent proposal. But 50k, let's not I don't know. I ain't got 50k laying around in my bank account right now, so I'm not going to turn up my nose at it. Let's not go on like 50k is not a lot of money. It is.
Do you know how much Marks and Spencer's biscuits that can buy? Like what?
Not Marks and Spencer's biscuits. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not the biggest amount of money, but it is still. I ain't got 50k laying about. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
So
Go for it.
you would. I would take it. But
it all depends.
Yeah,
Though.
if it was gonna make me and my partner break up, then
it depends, though, Trisha. Because if your partner really couldn't stand your ex, you know why they're doing it. They're doing it to do disrespect in it. Especially as a guy, I think it may be different for a woman, but for a guy, it's kind of. If I was dating someone and them, in my opinion, if I was dating somebody and then their ex come along and said, "Boy, your man can't look after you. Here's 50k to look after, so you can do," it's a disrespect.
Well, that's not what he's saying. He's saying, I owe you this. You held me down during tough times. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. It's the least I can do because you held me down. He's not saying your man can't look after you, but the meet me tonight part is the part that's a little bit, because we want meet before. You could just wire the money over, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So
Monzo's working hard now. Monzo's working good. What's Bella saying, Gary? You're really trying it.
You're really trying it.
Try what?
Why'd you say that, Bella? Post in the comments why you're saying that he's trying it. You don't. He's actually a really genuine guy. I believe that he would. What he's saying is, but he's saying, I'd take the money. I just wouldn't tell my partner, but I would give.
Yeah.
But tell us what you're referring to, Bella. Good evening, Angela St. Clair. How are you, Sugar Plum? Nice to see you. All right. What did our No Bravado Massive say on this one?
The greedy crew take the money and run.
I don't think they did, you know.
No.
Can you see my screen?
We can now.
Yeah? All right. Mm-hmm. So, DJ Armorer said, loyalty all the way for me. I wouldn't even consider it. Charlene said, same, nothing is free. And I ain't about to stick around to find out what the catch is. My partner is my priority. Nothing to think about. That's probably because Charlene's got 50k coming out of it. So me will think, we're not going to lie. Even if he owed you this money and is finally about to do the right thing, I'm undecided to tell you the truth. Owing money is a whole different story. I want my money. There you go. There's Shasha that we know. But if he feels that he owes me because I helped him out, I'm good, especially if I went so long without it too. Fair enough. Dion said, can I Monzo my details? And I said what Dion said. Absolutely. Like, can I just send you my bank details and not go? I'll come and meet you. Davina says, question that needs to be asked. What's more important, money or your relationship? I don't particularly like ultimatums or giving or receiving, but in this particular scenario, I would be hurting the person I'm building a life with if I went. Could I live with that? No. Continue how you mean to go on. And if that's with love, understanding and mutual respect, that 50k is nothing. If I lose the person I profess to love, every penny spent will be a constant reminder of the hurt that I caused. Thoughts?
Not really a good thing.
No thoughts?
Who, me?
Any of you guys? What do you think of that?
You
because what she's saying is
they're being very
Davina's very moralistic, and she's not taking money, she's not selling out her friend. Whenever you read her comments, they're very much like this. And it does put me to think, because I would say I'm a pretty loyal, upfront character, but some of the things that have been put in this group has made me think I would take the money, you know. Like, love can't pay bills. Nothing going on but the rent and all these things. Right. Junior Walters said, stay loyal and broke. That's effectively a bribe. And once you accept it, that person will never respect you. Tanwe, you there?
Nah. Of course a man's going to say that. Nah. Me, I pack up my little rainy day money, yeah. And all I'm gonna if they message me, I'm gonna be like, yo, you're an idiot. Just ring me in it. Put up this is my account details. Ring me. Like my partner doesn't have to know.
Yeah. Why you send the messages? Colin Goldson said, if money could even drive you to think about this, then that's a problem. What about your moral compass? The disrespect, how you were treated, and now someone has just placed a value on you. That's an interesting way of looking at it, actually. Because you're only worth 50k. You must always know your worth. Live your life and be happy with the one you're with. This is
I know that comment came from a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Donna Alexander says you cannot heal fully if this person still has access to you. Should have been blocked from phones and social media platforms.
Wow.
Jennifer says, I'm still friends with exes from moons ago. Once it's done, it's done. There's no going back. So we're all good friends we're all good to be friends at that point. It can't always be hate and healing. Yeah, true. Most of my exes I get on with, I've got time for. There's a couple of crosses that I will flush down the toilet, but
oh shit.
No, I'm seriously, but on a whole, I've got good relationships. There's not many of them, but I've got good relationships with partners that I've had. You know what I mean? Keo Falani said, add another 0 and I will risk it all, not for 50,000 though. I said what Dion said. So everyone on a whole is more or less saying they wouldn't take the money.
Cash. I just say I won't take it. I may take it just to undercover it.
Yeah. What they don't know can't hurt them.
But keeping a secret from your partner is deception, no? Says Davina.
Deception.
I'm sure if I enter tonight. No,
everyone's
deceitful. Business.
Everyone's deceitful in it. Regardless.
Yeah.
It's not like you tell your partner every single chocolate bar comes through your account. Most people don't even know how much their partner earns.
Exactly.
Is that deceitful?
Yeah.
If I earn 100 grand, I got a pay rise of 100 grand. I ain't told you. Is that deceitful?
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Come on.
I've got savings. I've got savings. Like if it'd be deceitful if, for example, we were struggling to do something and I had the money sitting in my account and I said, I don't know, I can't help you, then that would be deceitful, in my opinion. But the thing, I think where Davina's coming from, she's probably saying because the person said, if you take the money, we're over. But I don't know if they would have found that I had the money in the first place.
I think, Trisha, I need to start hanging out with your No Bravado Massive more often because maybe their good intentions will rub off on me. That's what I think.
No, when they're ready to be little dutties, they are as well. So
because I feel that this. I feel that what? In this day and age, who really tells their partner everything? I'm not talking about cheating. I'm not talking about the sexual side. I'm just saying every little thing. Suppose you get a nice little contract and you make a little bag on the side. You're gonna go and tell your partner?
It depends on the relationship that you've got.
Not me, my love. Me have my little rainy day money and my little something put up because people like to wipe off their mouth and go where them go. So it's me first.
Donna, you got to be nicer.
I'm a very nice person, but when it comes, I don't trust people. So I'm just like, you have to have. That's the way I was raised. Like, have your own and don't tell him what you've got either. If he says, if you got 5 grand and it's 150, then you just put your half, but you don't tell him this is how much you got left.
How much more money?
But this is a good subject because I feel that maybe my I only deal in death in it and really bad things. So maybe my view of the world is slightly skewed by my experiences and the experiences I see in work. So I would tell any woman, don't tell your man how much money you make or what you've got. It's the worst thing to start off with. I believe.
Why?
If
Why?
I just think it's a very, very dangerous position for a woman to start off from.
But guys,
Especially, Gary,
no, go on.
especially if the man is not where you are. Financially, assets, whatever. I just feel you have to play fool for catch wise. I think you just have to go along with the program and not say, because those things can be weaponized. And I do understand that my viewpoint might be slightly, like what? But that's my professional lived experience, that these things are often used as, people I know that been in relationships and the man's got all 30, 40 grand of theirs, they've put together. It's too many stories like that have convinced me, don't tell your man your business.
But on the other hand, that most people I know, actually, you know what? A lot of women I know earn more than their current partners. A lot of them earn a good amount more than their current partners, and it's what's them again, Joe? But I don't. Maybe I don't look at money. Maybe it's because it's yours. It's yours. I don't want your money. Do your thing in it. I earn my own money. I run my own thing. But I don't think as that you should be hiding or not hiding, but pretending like, oh, I'm struggling, or my husband. You don't need to know what I think it causes problems. You're meant to be transparent. I've got money. Yeah, I've got some money. You don't need to know exactly how much money I've got.
How much?
But I've got money to look after the self. If you lost your job tomorrow, we're good.
Right.
We're good. That's what we need. If I lost my job to go, we're good. If you lost your job, we're good. I can hold us all down. I mean, if I lost my job, I don't want to be worrying, thinking, well, I've lost my job. Oh, I'm really stressing that I'm going to lose my job, and then a house is going to fall apart, and then my missus is on 180 grand a year, and she can look after everything. I don't need to feel that way. I thought, look, I'm a good salary. We're good. I don't need your money. Everyone's earning their money. We're good. I mean,
you're a very nice person, Gary.
No, I just think
it's
good. I think
genuinely a nice.
I don't know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the same. I remember I think we had. It was a topic of Bravado when it was something about we all went out to dinner, and one person didn't have money, and then about everyone putting in for the money. And I said, that was me. If you're my brethren, I'll pay for that. I mean, you're my brethren. I'll pay for that. If I'm out at dinner, pay for it. I don't need you to be embarrassed to think you can't afford to pay for it. Gary, boy, I'm short. I've got you. I mean,
but if you're short, if we go out to dinner now, right, and I say to Trisha, boy, I don't get paid till Friday, which is the truth. But Trisha says, come, D, when you get the money, that's different. I would let my people know before I turn up at the meal. Otherwise, I'm not going. I can't take embarrassment. But equally, if I was somewhere and I hadn't seen Trisha and she hadn't been able to get through to me, and she says to me, she sends me a WhatsApp while we're at the table saying, D, I'm broke. Yeah, I'm going to cover it 100%. Or if it was my bridge, I'm going to cover it. Yes.
Davina's saying, Donna, I'm far from perfect, but there's certain things I don't play on. It probably seems from my past and all the lies and betrayal I've suffered, I aim to be how I want to be treated. Makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I used to be like that, but I've hardened. So, yeah, you just have to, Davina, you just have to go them out and then do what you do. Yeah, no, definitely. But I think her ethos is one that people should live by. Yeah, I do get it. I do. I was only being facetious, but I still say, if my ex said, yo, D, I got 50 bags for you, I'd be like, put it in my account, and nobody would know. I might just say, yo, Trisha, come, we're gonna go. Just turn up at Gatwick or wherever it is. I would definitely spend on my people 100%. But I'm not gonna tell my partner, do you know what? No, I'm not doing it.
I get it, because Donna and I are born, I think you're a year older than me, but a year and a day. So Donna's the 24th, I'm the 25th of April. So we're quite similar in a lot of things. My mum. Oh, is your mum 24th as well?
Yeah, 24th.
Okay.
God, mum! Come on!
And I love his mum.
Just Taurus in the plane.
Taurus, put
Yeah.
Taurus in there, please.
We're very loyal. We wear our hearts on our sleeve. We will give you what we will give you. We will bleed for you. But you see, when you kicking on your face, spitting on your face, kicking on your face, sold out for stupid little things, people being two-faced, people being nasty. There is a point. I'm not saying that you turn, because that's my thing. I never want my heart or my spirit to turn because of other people. Does that make sense? So I still want to be kind in my heart. I still want to carry the spirit that I carry, but with discernment now, and with putting myself at the forefront. So it doesn't mean mistreating anybody when you're looking out for yourself. I think, I don't know, when you turn 50, it just hits differently. I just feel like my whole perspective and who I am and how I want to be treated and how I'm going to treat others, absolutely, yes. But there's nothing wrong with looking out for me. And I think a society teaches us as women not to.
That's right. To be fool.
Yeah,
because he's my man and he loves me.
To be a good woman. Right. No, we're not virtuous.
But that's rubbish. It's not rubbish, but it's not the starting point. Mm-mm.
No, absolutely not. Hang on, what's the crew saying in the chat? Bella said, I'm not telling them nothing. Put the money in my account, we're good.
Yeah, man, I mean.
But I mean, I suppose because I think it is the partner saying if you go, there's a problem. But it'd be interesting to know if he just puts the money in your account.
Yeah. I mean, I understand about the going part, because even I'm like, what do I have to go for? Brother, we all work with bank transfer these days. So what am I going to meet you for? And I'll cash you, give me. And I can send you my bank details on WhatsApp.
Except for me.
You still do checks, isn't it?
I do people checks all the time.
Oh my God. It's so prehistoric.
Is this the Gary Benevolent Fund? Now have you got application form? Send me the link for the application form, Gary. I don't know if I'm gonna make it from now till Friday when I get paid. So if you can send me the little link to the Benevolent Fund, much obliged. Thank you.
Yeah, I do. But I just write the check out, put the check in the letterbox, good to go. Everyone gets checks. People get vexed about it, but I'm like, I don't care, pay my check. It's not like you have to go to you don't even have to go to the bank nowadays. You just get the
no, you don't. You can
just take
put
a picture.
it in.
Take a picture of the check. It goes into your account.
Yeah.
Charlie said, I don't believe that everything is discussed between partners. My partner isn't knowing how much I earn. All he has to know is that I can look after myself financially.
That's right. Well done, Charlie. And hope you get better soon. Drink some cloves and some hibiscus and some cinnamon with some orange peel and lemon and ginger in a hot water with some honey. Drink that. Even when it cools. It will make the cloves will make you sweat it out. Trust me.
Yeah, it does. Bella's saying we don't need to meet. I agree. Do you want my address, Gary?
What? Is that how we're going on, Bella's? Yes.
It's because you're saying random envelopes in people's
random.
My message to Bella is tell Bella that Gary needs to write a check for the Coach Reps Benevolent Fund. She'll get that. She'll get that. Coach Reps Benevolent Fund. Yeah.
Right. All right, let me share my screen. Next topic. Share screen. Okay. I thought that this was a really interesting topic. Thanks, Davina. I love your contributions to No Bravado. I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to read this text. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to read this text out. Who do you think is wrong? So, hey, Shah, I'm a bit upset. Kaylee just told me that you took her bra shopping today for her first bra. I really wish you would have checked with me before doing something like that. That was a moment I was looking forward to having with my daughter. Can you please call me when you have a minute so we can talk about this boundary? Dad's fiance comes back and says that wouldn't be necessary. She asked me and her dad, and he agreed that I can do it. And baby mama says, "Are you freaking kidding me?" He said yes. And fiance says yes. And he said that you would do this, be bitter and upset about it. Oh, really? Okay, says mama. Who's wrong?
I'm sleeping. Donna sleeping.
I'm not. No. I wasn't. I was thinking. But I was thinking. I was thinking. I mean, is it wrong? I think the bit afterwards about he said that you would go mental or whatever it was. That was a bit cheeky from
It's
the.
extra. It's a bit extra, yeah.
That was a bit. That's gonna get a headbutt at the next family birthday party.
Right?
But that was cheeky.
You said, bro.
I mean,
but she did though.
Yeah.
But she did.
Gary, what is wrong? No, can somebody Gary? Are you in the house alone? Somebody needs to check to see if what you're on. Gary said, but she did though. Did you not hear that? But she did go. But she did go mad.
Her message. She just said, "This is something I was looking forward to doing with my daughter. Can you give me a call?"
Why are you talking to me about it? Talk to the dad if you've got
right.
issue. Why are you talking to the? It's got nothing to do with me.
Well, if I can't talk to someone that my kid's around, then I'm not going to let my kid be around.
No. You know why I say no? Good. I don't know what Gary's going to say, but do you know why I say no? Because my beef would be with my baby father, who is equally the parent of the child, the other parent of the child. So if he gave the okay without checking with me, then he's going to get a whole heap of crap, because at the end of the day, if he knows that that's something that I've looked forward to, it's my daughter, it's her first bra shopping and whatever, and then he gave the okay without checking with me to even say, look, D, so, I'm going to use my daughter's name. Celeste has said that she wants to go with, I don't know, Shaniqua, and I'm just checking with you. If we haven't had that conversation, your angst can't be with the girlfriend. Your angst must be with the other equal parent, right? Because ultimately he has disrespected you. I think sometimes we deal with the person in front of us, but actually when you think about it, it's the baby father who has disrespected the situation, because he said, yeah, fine, go ahead. He's not even taken into consideration the other parent to just check in.
No, for me personally, I don't think. Listen, for me, your conversation is not free. Why are you calling my phone for talking about things? I'm not beating your child. Your child asked me to go somewhere. I've taken her. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, something happened one time. With someone that basically a daughter had the period when they were with the dad. So she had her first period when she was with her dad. So the dad was there and done what he had to do and kind of whatever. And the mum was vexed with the dad. I'm like, what the hell? Like, literally. That was something I wanted to go through and talk to her. And I said, well, you should have had the conversation with the child before it actually happened. Yeah, but she said I did have a conversation. So, but I wanted to be there to experience and she was vexed with you. I'm like, but hold on, the dad, what's he what are you upset with him for? And so sometimes I think mums, and you know what? Even with me, there's certain things I think I done with my daughters, because even though when I wasn't with the mums, but I thought, you know what, I want them to do it with me. Like the first ever football match I went to, took my daughter Arsenal. She's an Arsenal fan. I didn't want to, and then afterwards, her mum's partner took her to X amount of games afterwards. But I've done it. You know what I mean? I've done the first game, so we've had that experience. So there's certain things you want to do, but the bra, I don't see the big deal about it. It's a bra. It's a bra.
I think I see. Not that I am that, because I see that Bella said I was a bit of baby mother, but I don't think so. I think there are some things as women. It's your daughter. It's her first bra shopping. I can see that being a salient moment, right? I can see it being not salient, a seminal moment in a young girl's life, and maybe the mum want to be. Period is a bit different because only but God can time that. You understand?
When
But
period comes, that's
right, when the
ridiculous.
period comes, that's a bit too much. But with bra shopping, I can see how a certain type of mum would be like, no, and also I just feel that the father, I still go back to my point. The father, I'm thinking about my own situation. If my one of my children's fathers had taken him with his girl for Celeste, would I be upset? I'd probably be a bit miffed that he didn't check in with me. I don't think I'd be upset like it'd be a problem.
Oh, but you wouldn't be calling the mum. You wouldn't be calling the
No, I
wife.
don't need. I'm very scary. I don't need to call. I just need to turn up. I'm enough of a deterrent in form. So it's listen. My baby father's women, all of them, God bless them. They know what time it is. They don't mess with me. But I'm just saying, if one of them had taken my child to do something, I don't think I'd be upset. But I'd be like, yo, see, like you couldn't. What, you didn't call me? All right, she went and did it with Shanika. That's fine. But I do see for other women how it might be something that they've longed for. Just like you said, Gary, about the football match. Now let's put it on the other foot. If it was a man, right, and he's into football and he has his son and his ex-missus's new partner takes him for his first, I don't know, kits him out for his shin pads and his whole thing, and the dad says, hold on a minute, I wanted to do that with him.
That's your business. You're too slow.
Anyway, Gary, I swear tonight you're on something. I want to see an improvement next month.
Donna. Seriously, hold on. So, as far as I'm concerned, right, and I've said this to people before. I don't like people who get vexed about something when someone else has done it. Well, if you wanted to do it, do it. Don't just say, "Oh, I wanted to do this. I would have done it with them." Don't do that. Do it. If you want to do it, then do it. Now, if you're telling me you bought, I don't know, you thought they were too young to do that, that's a different conversation. If they're old enough to have whatever they had, the bra shopping, the mum could have taken her bra shopping. The child's been with the mum every day for the last how many weeks? It's not like, oh, today I need a bra.
I did say something like that in the comments.
It's not today you need the bra. You want the bra for a long time. It's not like, oh, today she's developed, she needs a bra. Come on.
No, it's not instant like that. I agree.
So really, Julie, don't put this on me. This is something you should have done. If you wanted to do it, you would have done it when you should have. Don't say, I wanted to do it. I wanted to explain. Well, you should have done it. You had last week Saturday, the weekend before. So I know people are saying that the thing, with the football thing, make an effort. Like I booked. It's hard to get tickets for games. When she was 6, I took her to the first game. You know what I mean? Brought the mum along. That's what we've done. Right. So you can't tell me that my child, the first kit my child got was when the child was all 7, 8, 9, 10. When the child was a baby, like born, I bought her an Arsenal kit.
Right. Yeah, I hear you. I don't know. Because I hear both of you in terms of her arguments with the father of her child. I get that. But if you've got some sort of because to me, the way she opened up the conversation, it wasn't with any beef. So they must have some sort of relationship for her to be able to text in the first place to talk to her. That response, like you said, you're due to get strangled with the same bra. You're rude.
That may tell you.
I think she's rude. Charlene says both of them are wrong. Dad should have asked mum if it was okay, and the stepmom should have checked in with mum first also. There's nothing wrong with checking.
I'm going to give you, this is my lived experience.
Right.
Ex-husband gets new partner. They have a child. They decide to christen their child in a Catholic church, but they do a double christening because they keep my son at the weekends and also decide to christen my son.
No, that's war. That can't work.
I'm telling you what I know now. I'm telling you, I'm not. It's not a lie. It's true.
Were you invited?
Oh yeah. Well, I rode 6 deep, so yeah, it was a lot of things, and to this day, it's a lot of things. That's why we receive no more checks. So you see how it can be.
Right.
But that's something totally different.
It's similar in as much as
without me.
It's similar in as much as I wasn't briefed. I sent my child for the weekend.
But Christine, is a planned activity.
But
that
what
you're
I'm
doing.
saying is, because we don't have any context about the original scenario that was presented, right? We don't have any context about was it planned or was it not planned. I'm saying I agree with you. I'm saying my son was christened. When I found out is on the day. So I've sent my child with all his clothes and everything is going to stay with his dad and his dad's new little brother. And then I find out my son is being christened. So yeah. And this is
the whole christening popped down from the church to the hall. Everything popped down.
The way I had to make people's mother know that they look like a man, they need to step from in front of me. We're not here for that today. But what I'm saying is that I think disrespect can come in all shapes and forms. And I do think that it's a conversation. That, again, I go back to my point. It's the dad should have checked in and said,
I think the Christian thing. I think that's extreme. That's extreme. That's a. But for me, taking to buy shopping, taking a girl to buy her first ballet shoes, because it could be anything. It could be the first anything. You get me? That you feel you should do. But if you haven't done it, then the conversation is the conversation, innit? It's not. You can't be telling me. You can't be vexed that I've done something before you. It's not like I run to do it before you. The child with you per se. Monday to Friday and a weekend they're at the dad's, then make time in the week and take your child to buy a bra.
If only life was that simple, Gary.
It is simple.
It is not. But I hear you. I have appreciation.
People make things complicated.
Not a big
and you know, there's always a sharpened ice pick waiting for them. Yeah.
Not sharpened ice pick. Daniel Mardan Shaw said, "Hiya, peeps. I'm here to start trouble via debate. Come on, we're here for it. Start your trouble." Bella's saying the same thing I said. The mum should have taken her before.
Sorry. Let me say one thing. Someone sent me a text. At least it was a Catholic school, a Catholic church. Better schools.
Tell whoever texts you, tell them. It's you not show. I'm not even. I'm gonna behave. But tell them that I said people take their life careless. That's what Donna said. Donna said people take their life careless.
They must be watching. Better schools.
Sully Dowder said, "I agree with Gary about the football." Daniel Maidan Shaw said, "I wouldn't mind that. It helps my pocket." The lady wants to take the child out. Hang on. It's true. I remember having a barbecue with a girl, and for weeks I was asking who was going to make curry goat, and then some girl came out of nowhere and said she would do it. Now the girl I asked is getting vexed.
Okay. Yeah, that happens all the time. You mean take too long to do something? Someone else says to do it, and I was going to do that.
I was going to do it.
Yeah, move. Go away.
I don't know what the clerk in that. Hang on, because I'm behind with the comments because we've been talking. No, that can't run. That's a Mazzaline. Yeah. Oh, this is the christening now. Yeah, everyone's taking the piss. Can't do that. There'd be no christening. There will be no christening. What did you say?
No church.
Mum said there'll be no church. Till you see where I get it from.
Come on, man. Come on.
You know, gang. Like, no, shut down. Nothing's working that day. I'm sorry. Charlene said that's a big no. That's a no. That's something completely different.
Yes, I'm saying different, man. Let's say.
Hang on. They've come down too far. The Ross piss take, says Bella. I'm rushing everyone in the church, not even a sham wedding. Yeah, everybody has to get beat up. Everything's mash up. Not my child. You're crazy. Davina said, I hear what the panel was saying, but regardless of whether she should have contacted the stepmom or not, I do think consideration should have played a part and checked with
Yeah.
mama first. I agree.
I agree. Yeah.
I agree.
Because you think no, because you know what, right? Again,
Stepmom brought smoke for no reason, blood.
and also the dad, like let's be real at this point. When you have a step parent that the father allows to conduct this kind of conversation with the mother, you're setting a precedent for disrespect. So at some point, it's a bra today. As the child gets older, it can be something else. Mum was saving to buy them a car, they go and buy a better car. These are the things that happen, right? It becomes one-upmanship. So you have to be really careful. I know it seems like a small thing, but you have to be really careful and look at these things in a bigger scale, because children grow and they have different needs as they get older and older. What is it now? You know, the child wants to get engaged and mum says, well, I've got this. They do a bigger thing. Like I mean, and that's a bit of a reach, but I'm just saying, when you set these, people treat you the way that you show them you will be treated. So when you allow this to slip and know it's nothing, then the next thing is equally, it's a nothing. And that time it's war. So I'm very, very, very careful about how you deal with these things, because sometimes you can allow people, if she feels that this is a shutdown argument, then the next time she's also going to take the same approach. Does that make any sense? You have to check people when you see it. Yeah. And not just let it slide.
Yeah, agreed. He said that, This is why, God knows why I never give me no kids in this year lifetime.
Trisha, take it from me. Baby fathers, the amount of times I should have gone to jail. The amount of times, yeah.
Davina said, that's a hell no. This is going back to the christening. I'm turning up to the church at 8 to pray. Absolutely. It's full-fledged war.
Trust me, Davina, there was no praying going on. Trust
me. They're going to be God that day. Right. Everybody did.
So how did you find out about the christening, may I ask? You get invited?
Yeah. So
you found out on the date.
The liberty is this. So I was out with one of my son's godmothers was with me and gets a text message to say, like, and it's from the stepmom for her to come and be present at this thing. So she's like, what's this? And we're like, what do you mean? We're just chilling at my mum's house at this point. She's like, Omar's getting christened today? Listen, I've never driven so fast to something in my life. I don't think I stopped for a red light. It was a lot of things. It still is a bone of contention, but you know what?
Bright.
Very bright. But not in person. When they're in person, they're very quiet. But yeah.
Did I ever tell you the story about my mum? My mum told me. I have to laugh. It's not funny, but it's like, so when I was like just born, like proper young, like mumps, my
you did tell me this story.
My grandmother, my dad's mum said to, can they have me for a weekend? So mum took them for the weekend. They took me to Jamaica for 6 months.
Imagine that. A whole Jamaica for 6 months, Donna.
No. So went to Jamaica and they went to New York.
You kidnapped my child.
Yo, the way.
You
listen.
Can't do that.
My mum was telling me the thing that vexed her the most was when they took me to New York. I was in New York for like maybe a month or so. I was like 2 blocks. If you know New York, where blocks are. 2 blocks from her mum's house, my grandmother's, and they didn't take me.
Oh, Ta'ada, I'm sorry.
Yo, Gary.
How you never see my child again, and it sounds so bad, but I'm being honest. You're not seeing my youth again, you know. If you took my child for the weekend, and then I didn't see it again for 6 months, and you didn't tell me you were taking it to Jamaica, you think you would ever see it again?
Yo, I'm calling every ex-colleague at UK Border Force and hemming you up, bro. Pressing charges like I'm
People
doing
take liberties, though.
This is what I'm saying. This is exactly my point about this scenario. You have to check it when you see it.
Which is what she did.
She did, yeah.
Right. And stepmom was rude. But you guys are saying she shouldn't have checked it with stepmom. She should have checked it with dad.
No, I'm saying no. Of course, have it all day with a stepmom. Like what? Come on, they're just a gal. There's car parks. What I'm saying is that the dad. I'm saying the lack of respect is the dad should have checked in with mum, not the stepmom is going to go to the dad in it and say, I'm going to take so and so out bra shopping. The dad should have checked in with the mum, not the stepmom. Who is she? She's not the parent to the child. The dad should have checked the mum and said so and so wants to take her bra shopping, and that's the way it should have gone. Where it's got a bit techie is because now the stepmom is talking. She's got comeback, like
he said you're going to be bitter about it.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Let's see what happens then.
Yeah, that's not gonna. Yeah, sorry, Gary. Sorry.
Let me ask you a question, right? All right. Me and you're dating, Trisha, right? I've got a child.
Yeah.
I say, oh, can you take, I don't know, my daughter Tina to the shop and buy her a bra? You take her to shop and buy a bra. You don't know it's the first bra. You just say she needs a bra. She's spoken to me and said, Daddy, I need a bra. Go shop and buy a bra. Right. And you come back and you start getting smoke. Like, what's God doing for you?
No, to be fair, because I always try to look at things in a 360 angle. So, as Davina said earlier, you treat people the way you want to be treated. Now, like if my partner just said to me, run up the road and grab her a bra. If stepmom says to me, this is what's happened, you've taken my child to buy a bra and I really wanted that to be my moment, I would have said, I'm sorry. Blah, blah asked me to do it, but from now on, I will check in with you. Argument done. Argument done. Because I would want to show that respect that I would want back. So if she's taken the time and she wasn't rude in the message, if she came with smoke and fire, then I'm going to come back with smoke and fire. Watch yourself. Don't come on my line with your foolishness. But I don't think mum was rude. I think mum basically said, look, this is what I wanted to do. And can we have a talk about like boundaries, I guess, so that this doesn't happen again? And then you're going to come with, you're being bitter, and he said you're going to do this. No, what she should have said was, I'm sorry.
That's right. Mum was being vulnerable with her boundary. She's saying, "Oh, this is something I always wanted." And then you're going to come back and come with violence. And I've just been vulnerable with you to say, "Oh, that's something that I wanted to do." You better don't drink or eat nothing at the next family get together. Cause everything I'm gonna have something a little guzzle in there for you.
They're still cussing in the chat about the christening. Daniel, my dad, said cutting off the hard wire to the church. Solid Doda said, mash up the keyboardist. Why the keyboardist? Why he get beaten?
Mash up the ushers and then mash up my child for dressing up to the christening. He was only 3, Sully. He was only 3. Like
we can't mash up the child.
He's 21 now.
Hold on, Don. And
everybody's getting beat up.
This is not going. It's not thing. Why? As a good Catholic boy, why are you christening your child at tree? Your child before they want them to be christened.
I don't believe in christening. I don't believe in christening.
Oh, so that's the thing. You don't believe in christening. Yeah. So, but his dad does.
No, his dad. Not even his dad.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he done it. But still. Because it's true, like if you don't believe in something,
right,
it's not for the other parent to.
And listen, this man was my husband, so let's just get this right. This is somebody I lived with for 7 years before we ever had children, so they knew my views on certain things, right? I didn't want, after being brought up in church myself, I didn't want that for my children. I didn't want that kind of cultish mentality. So anything to do with church, I believe that my children would find their way and their spirituality as they grew up. So christening is a no-no for me, right? And this person knew that. And this person is not even very Christian or spiritual themselves. Maybe after a spliff, but not innately. So this was a I read this for what it was. This was a violation, and she initiated it so that she could have the 2 boys, her son and my son, christened together. I mean, it's all worked out in the end. Everybody lives good now. But when you just have to level the ground and then be like, no, this is really who I am. That's what had to happen.
Save you. You know what I mean? He can't save you. Yes, Daniel, it is kidnapping. Back to Gary's situation. 6 months in Jamaica.
Come on.
Yeah. It was a nice holiday. I don't remember it, but yeah.
Mehmet
Raw.
Kwame said, I went down for 2 weeks and it was only when I saw my uniform iron that I clocked. You must have been being bad. So they said, yeah, find your ass to Ghana. So
Yo,
someone in
man
the chat box
said
was saying, I went to Ghana.
when he clocked the khaki being ironed, he was like, "Now hold on a minute."
Hold on. He's good because most Ghanaian fans will make him iron the uniform himself.
Yourself, right?
Whose uniform is this for? It's yours.
No, this is hilarious.
But don't forget, I was only what? I think it must have been like 6 months. I was like proper young.
Worse. Sorry, that's the key
young.
time that the child should be not bonding with its mum, not away for 6 months without consent. The way how they would have never seen you again. All now, I'd still forbid you from seeing them. All now. Might as well call them ICE, American kidnappers, says Daniel. It's true. It's not wild. Gary, right, how are you getting christening at 3? That's joining gang at 65. Gary, right, how are you getting christening at 3? That's joining a gang at 65. I get it. It doesn't even make sense christening them at 3 because we're not going to do it. I never saw my ticket. Totally agree, Trisha, says Davina. All right, what did our No Bravado Massive say on this one? Let's share the screen. Share screen. What did they have to say? All right. Okay, so the caption was, my fiance's ex-wife recently contacted me expressing concerns about their 12-year-old daughter, specifically regarding a shopping trip for her first bra, which my fiance has previously approved. I'm taken aback by her audacity. No, you're rude, blood. In confronting me about the needs of my future stepdaughter while in our care. As her soon-to-be stepmother, I question why I should discuss this matter with her when her father had already given his consent. Am I wrong? Yes.
That's the same thing I'm saying.
It's rude. They're both wrong, says Melinda Gardiner, at how they handled the conversation. Mum should be grateful that stepmother is a real woman who clearly plans to be a good role model and a good stepmother to her child. Mum can still have memories with her daughter. If anything, her daughter now has more people in her corner to support her positively through life. The mum did not have to come at the fiance like, I don't think the mum was rude. And it just goes to show, like, there's so many different perspectives that make the world go round. If she had a problem, take that to the father of your child and clear that up with him. However, the fiance did not have to be petty and bring up what the partner told him about the ex. 2 wrongs don't make a right. So Davina said, Mum was respectful in her question. I think so. In what way did she come up stepmom? First, bra buying is a bonding and emotional experience for mother and daughter. So dad's fiance should have had the mind to at least say, let's check with mum first. She knew what she was doing and it worked. And to be honest, judging by her callous and hurtful dig, I'm not so sure she truly has the daughter's best interests at heart. Yeah, some people use kids as pawns. But more so being in competition. Not everything has to be taken at face value. Someone acting loving doesn't necessarily mean they are. I agree, 100%. So I said, what's everyone's opinion on this? I think mum was reasonable in her message. I think fiance was looking hostility. But I also think mum should have either got the bra before the child went over there or told the dad, baby girl needs a bra, I'm going to take her when I get paid or whatever. Please leave that to me. But I do reiterate, I think the fiance was abrupt. And then to say that he said you would be bitter and upset means you want to also make the mum upset. Me personally, I would have said, let's call mum and see what she says, especially if my fiance has warned me it may cause drama. Do you get what I'm saying, though? Because if he did say to you she's going to be upset about it, then you're doing it to piss me off then, no?
Yeah, probably.
All I want to know is, stepmom, can you fight? This is what I want to know. Can you fight?
Can you throw hands?
Can you throw hands?
Can you
Not
defend?
even the hands. It's all a kick you're gonna get, especially if you go on the floor first. So yeah, what?
Shirley Height says, as it's her first bra, I would have contacted the mother to ask the
Right.
daughter to check with the mum first, so just not to offend. Her response was rude and goading. Maybe she's talking about herself. I
Because
agree.
you have to remember, right? Stepmoms equally have this situation in their own lives. Like this is not a one-off. So if you're a real woman, then you don't necessarily go off what the father is saying. You seem to have that open access and to mum. So why wouldn't you have? I think why wouldn't you have just like, Leroy has said that I can take, Trisha for her bra. Just want to check in with you. Are you good with that? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, come on. Treat her how you would wish to be treated.
Absolutely. Colette said, stepmother should have known better and should have made contact with mum. I have a feeling this stepmother doesn't have children of her own, as her response to the mother was cheeky. Calling her bitter for wanting to take her own daughter bra shopping, strange. Also, if he believed she would be bitter, then why put her to the test? I personally wouldn't mind if I was the mother, and my focus would be more around whether my daughter is okay with it. This is one for those scenarios that have further background stuff going on. For example, who does a daughter live with? Is the mother a primary parent? I think she is, based on what based on what she's saying. From the caption, it sounds like mum is the primary carer. Yeah, from what, so then Davina screenshotted the caption, and from what the stepmom was saying, whilst she's in our care, my future stepdaughter, whilst she's in the care, so mum is primary carer, but fiance is, I think women's intuition is very strong, and I think sometimes when, like, if you're finished with somebody, and like I said this to somebody, I broke up with a guy and he met another girl, and the girl told me that he just constantly was slagging me off. And I was like, okay, but for me, if I meet a guy and he's still banging on about his ex, and even if it's negative, to me that means there's some sort of, it's not finished, or there's still emotions there for you to be still got me on your mind and in your mouth like that. So I'd be wary. It would be a red flag for me. So if my fiance said to me, take her shopping, but it's going to make the mum, she's bitter and she's this and she's that, but take her, you want to wind up the mum, and why? Don't use me to do that, Does that make sense? Like, sometimes we have to just switch on a little bit and read in between the lines. So if he's still trying to play games and still you're engaged to me and you're still slagging off your baby mother like that, and like, it'll put me to think.
100%. You're trying to provoke me.
Yeah, and as the fiance, if you have no feelings still, why are you trying to provoke her? Like, I think as well, because I'm a Taurus, when we're done, So you don't exist. I'm not trying to provoke you. I'm not trying to be in your stratosphere. I don't want you in mine. If we have a kid, I guess it's not as, because me, cut off queen, it's not as easy to do that if you've got a kid, but I've seen, like, some of my personal circle, like, I've seen them be in love with their baby father and not be in love with the same baby father, and there is no drama. It's the dad that's looking for the drama because they can't believe that the mum's not. Do you understand what I'm saying? So me as fiance, you're not going to bring me into that drama to try and, I'm not doing it. And if you still want to wind up your ex, I don't know if we're ready for marriage and all of that nonsense, because, am I making sense? Or am I rambling?
100%. No, I'm just saying, who Who is in a relationship and goes back to the ex to say, "Oh, he's saying this about you"? He's saying, "What the hell?"
Nah, not it. Yeah, it. I think fiance is insecure, and that's why she said what she said and did what she did. Because she wants to cause more of a wedge, and you wouldn't want to do that if you didn't have something to be insecure about. Personally, that's just my thoughts anyway.
I agree with you.
Let me share my screen for our final topic. Share screen. Facebook. It's a serious topic, but I really want to hear you lots of comments on this.
Who do you think is responsible for, I'm going to say black people, yeah? Who do you think is responsible for black people's experience of the world today and improving that experience of the world today? And I guess I asked this question from two perspectives. There are some people that's going to say, actually, look, although we didn't have opportunities and we have less opportunities than our counterparts, we do have a lot of opportunity now to educate ourselves, to do great things. So there's some people that will think that actually the responsibility to improve our experience as a race is down to us. And then there's going to be other people that also rightly say that actually the responsibility sits with the people that are oppressing us and have been oppressing us and changing those systems. What do you think about that?
Okay, great. So the line of analysis is very much, as you've said, either it's the endogenous things within or it's the exogenous, the kind of external factors. And where did it come from? Well, the idea of race is relatively new, but there has been a discrimination against people of color for a long time. And kind of going back to Cedric Robinson's work, he's really tried to kind of remove the idea that it started around the transatlantic slave trade. He's kind of, if you go back into history, you can kind of see, Baltic Islands and others have always kind of had some discriminatory attitude based on skin tone. What happened though, and I kind of stand by this, in terms of, I guess, the transatlantic slave trade, and once we kind of got into 1492 and all of that era, is the attempt to make it as something scientific. And that really embedded the idea that there is some biological difference that you can actually find out, you can investigate it and prove this biological difference. That is the root of what we're dealing with, largely because it established a hierarchy. And it tried to establish the hierarchy as truth. Cedric Robinson, however, uses this language of it being a regime, and I kind of referred to kind of racial regime earlier. And for me, I quite like this idea. I'm relatively new to Cedric Robinson's work, and I really like the idea of it being a regime in that it's something that is changeable. Because the hierarchy kind of sounds as though it's really fixed, and supposedly every racialized group knows where they're supposedly fit. Whereas it shifts over time, and because there's often resistance against it, it has to keep changing itself. So that's, for me, the answer is to really understand that there is a consequence to the hierarchy or the regime. That means that people adopt roles and positions that they come to believe are matched to who they are. And it takes a lot more effort to step outside of that.
Okay.
I'm here, but my camera's playing up, but I am here. I can hear you.
Okay. Did you catch that? What do you think? Do you think it's our responsibility to make a change as to where we are? Oh, I think she's gone.
I don't get the concept. I think we need to do what we need to do to look after ourselves, and nothing is given to us. Now, if people are willing to help, you along the way, that's a different conversation. But we need to take whatever we want, because people don't give you things unless you kind of actively try to get them. If you sit back and lay back, then things don't come to you. And if they do come to you, it's about taking advantage. I remember saying to people already, for my
I can't hear you.
Sorry. You can't hear us.
Okay. For my children,
Oh,
the most important thing isn't for me to give them something or do things for them. It's about giving them the opportunity to do things. So showing them there's a wild out there. Now it's up to you to kind of take that forward and do what you need to do with it. It's not about me saying to you, oh, take this, here's this, that. It's about, no, here's the opportunity to do things. Don't be limited by what I've done.
right.
And Scott check things on. I don't know the person he's talking about mostly, so I haven't read that guy's works. I can't kind of comment on that. But I do think that I do agree that it could be seen as a regime, not as a sort of, this is what's been construct that's been put in place, and we've all kind of fallen into this kind of box, and we kind of limit ourselves to the boxes that we're in. And sometimes I think we've got to look outside of those boxes. But but sometimes you limit yourself by kind of thinking, I'm not good enough, or that thing that everyone has, that imposter syndrome. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right. What do you think, Don? Did you catch that, or was you having trouble? You can't hear us.
We can't hear you. You need to turn your mic on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So why can't I hear you?
Because you turned your mic down.
I don't know what's happened here. Technology, right?
Yeah. Bless to you as well. Okay. Can you hear us now, Donna? No?
Let me log out and come back in, yeah? I'm going to go out and come back in. All right.
Go on. The guy, the comment before. Yeah.
Yeah. It's with us. The responsibility will lay with us, but no buts, no maybes. We just need to unite, I guess is what you're saying, and understanding our players.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Daniel? Do you know what he means?
I think he means like kind of understand the people that who are kind of advocating for us and are kind of working for us, the team around us. That's what I think he means. Maybe I don't understand all the game, but like I said, I think sometimes we look at things. I mean, and that's a bit like what you lot do with Black Excellence, where you're trying to bring people together to develop something. So that's something you lot are doing to kind of for the community. Now, I think lots of things that we do as a whole are quite individual. So, and then it's not, then it doesn't grow because it's kind of about you. And a lot of, I think I've said this to someone before about, when something relies on you to make it work, it hasn't got a good stable kind of base, because if you fall out or you stop work on it, then it's not the same quality. We need to have a team, and obviously we need to get like-minded people together to make that team, to make it work for Black people as a whole. And then again, as I said before, then we got people that believe that are our leaders or so-called leaders that don't represent me. I just don't feel represent me wholly, because I don't think they're working for me. I think they're working for themselves. Right.
Mm. What do you mean? Why do you think it's just?
I remember. I know you don't like people calling names on the show, but I remember I went to a conference one time with Lee Jasper, and he was.
Oh no, I mean personal people. We don't want
we
don't want to have to throw hands. That's all.
Yeah.
But go on.
I went to the conference. I just thought, brother, you don't represent me. Like he just, I don't know, maybe a cool guy, and I just thought. That you don't represent me. There was another guy that works in sexual health in South London. I'm not going to mention his name, but he one time was at a meeting with him one day. I was like, brother, he talking about terrorism and we're not going to use pirate radio stations because what did he say? They're some of the money goes to terrorism. Like,
no, it don't.
I was like, that money goes into certain man's pockets.
Yeah, and Christian Louboutin's pockets. Where that money goes.
Oh,
So that's what I said. So sometimes I don't think certain people represent that are that so-called put forward as our leaders don't represent me. I don't agree with what they say and nothing like that. I remember actually a person I've changed my opinion on. It didn't represent. I hated him when he was in government. Kwasi Kwarteng. I couldn't stand him. I thought he was a fool.
Okay.
When I see him now on GMTV, I'm like, this brother chatting sense. Like when you was in power for how many years, you were chatting bare foolishness. But now you're like you're not towing the party line. Now you're chatting sense.
And that's the point. If they've got to toe the party line, then they're not really allowed. And so Donna, you someone who's run in politics and all of that. Do you think that you're able to be your authentic self and make a change in politics?
It's impossible because, well, it's not impossible. No. It's not impossible, but the system will make it extremely difficult for independent grassroots voices who actually know what the people want, and not so much what the people want, but what the people are going through, to make it all the way to central government. They're not interested. I mean, I'm a complete small fry. Look at Natalie Campbell in her bid for London Mayor last year. You know, an exceptional woman. Might don't agree with all of her politics, but an exceptional black woman. And I think there will be more independent thinkers. I think for too long we've had this two-horse political race. And so when we think of politics, we tend to think, well, we say free, but
no. With reform, free now, yeah.
Well, yeah, and you know what? I know this is not what the original post was about, but I've been saying for years that what has happened in terms of right-wing emergence or re-emergence, it was going to happen because the ordinary man and woman in the street feels this way. Feels that they haven't had a voice, that they've not been heard, that politicians have been doing what politicians want to do at Westminster, but the things that concern them and happen to them locally, nobody's interested. So when this happens and the majority of people feel, unheard, you get this kind of right-wing propaganda that suits the majority of the unread and the, not the 360 thinkers. They're just going to go for what they see. So where we are it was coming a long time, because for a long time people have not been listening to the average man and woman in the street and what is hitting their pocket, what's affecting their children and their ability to live. So we are where we are.
So going back to the original question, then I guess it's our responsibility to make a change for our race, not anybody else.
No, but I've said this. I've said Superman, Superwoman, Wonder Girl, they're not coming to save us. And I think the days of, we no longer have yes, we are affected by racism. So I'm 51. And if you look at my CV, right, and then you look at my white female peers, I am head and shoulders above them. But will I get the same work or opportunities as them? No. And that's because not just because I'm black, it's the type of black person that I am that they don't want, right? They want the head nodders and and I'm not that chick. And at this age, I'm not going to, So I always talk about, when on my platforms, I always talk about self-directed learning. And this is my problem with our community, because not everybody wants to learn, right? They don't want to have self-directed learning. So if the superheroes are not coming to save us, then we are dependent on what we accumulate as a resource together. And that can be knowledge, that can be financial, it can be a whole range of things. But where we fall down is we don't want to do it. We feel, I kind of get it. If I worked for 500 years for free, now I want to sit down and relax and let my skirt tell. But it is dependent on us to learn and to understand the systems around us and make the change, not for the bigger system, but for ourselves as a community. That's where it starts. It starts in our homes. It starts in our friendship groups. That's where it starts. And then you build a movement and you become bigger. But I think leaving the system, I'm just going to be brutally honest. How can you trust a system that has historically, consistently oppressed you and been at the root of your demise. How can you now turn around and say, oh, but the system should save us? The system is not fair. It wasn't designed for us. This is what I get.
Yeah.
My frustration is, why do we
Yeah.
continue to look at the system and expect to be saved structurally when it was never designed for us in mind? It wasn't even designed for working class. Take the race out of it. Poor people have been the fodder for rich people for hundreds of years.
Centuries.
Right? The Industrial Revolution and all of that stuff. Right. It was never about, oh, you know, let's educate and empower our working classes. No, working classes have been the fodder for the system. That's basically what we are. So for us as the most marginalized group within that working class system to turn around and say, oh, but what about us? Is nobody coming to save us? Just blows my mind, because what does a scorpion do? A scorpion stings and it bites. What do you expect them to do? Like, they were never our friends. We didn't come here on a, oh, let's be our friends visa. That's not how it came.
We came here to clean up the street visa.
100%.
Basically.
To make people better visa.
100%.
And to drive them a buses visa. That's what we came here for.
But equally, I feel, hold on here. This might not go down so well with your listeners, but equally, I feel that as a community, especially the Caribbean community, we have lulled ourselves into a false sense of security, right? But and now, especially our boy children are failing all over the shop.
Yeah.
And in terms of our domestic abuse, black femicide is at 62%. Our so black men are killing black women. And I don't want to I'm just saying, in the things that we should be concentrating on, we're busy talking about what the white man or what this man is not doing for us. We got problems back at the yard, bruv. What are you talking about? Like, you know, we tend to we're very good at looking at what doesn't happen for us externally, but we refuse to look at what we're not doing internally to make it better for us externally. That's where I am. I'm like, my frustration with my community is, everybody wants help, right? And that's fine, but nobody wants to do the work to get the help. And that's kind of like where I'm, you know, you want my expertise to help your child not face an exclusion. That's fine, but it never crosses your mind that actually Donna's expertise and Donna's help and time costs money. So you want me to do it, want me to attend every meeting and be there for you, which is fine, but it never crosses, well, she's got 3 children, she's got a house, how does she live? And this is my frustration. We're too quick to say what's not happening for us externally, which is our right. But equally, we're very poor at focusing on what is not working right. And this is why sometimes when I'm in certain rooms and they're like, well, what are the black community doing about it? Yeah, I just have to hang my head, because actually we're not. What programs are we setting up for our children? I don't want to go like over it or anything, Trisha, or go too deep, but I agree with the man.
Talk your talk. They're loving it. They're saying, speak your talk, honey. Davina says the system isn't broken, it's doing exactly what it was designed
100%.
to do.
But when saying that, sometimes, no disrespect to things overall, but sometimes we feed into this. And when I say we, I'm talking about all of us feed into this. I was saying a couple of weeks ago, I was doing some interviews, and no disrespect, and I'm not saying you can't do your thing, but why are you coming to interview in a bonnet? Like, what the hell?
No way. Like, and for you to swear, because Gary don't swear. They came to an interview in a bonnet.
Yeah, and like these old things, and it's kind of like genie. Like, what the? Like,
do you know what? Her job advisor said you have to go for interviews. You have to show me that you've been for interviews.
No, but it wasn't a job. It wasn't a job that was like a 20 grand job. It's like 40 odd grand job. So it's a decent level job. So you come like
you got through to interview and you turn up in a bonnet.
Come on, bonnet. Like
I agree with Gary.
Like this. Help yourself. Help me to help you.
Yeah. We don't take it seriously. I feel I feel strongly
and then say,
that
I was really qualified, but they didn't give me the job. Because you come like an idiot.
Yeah.
I feel that we've got ourselves into a position now, and I say this with my chest, and whoever wants to come for me, the postcode is in the comments, right? we have now got to a position where we, black people, act with a certain entitlement. Now, nobody wants to hear that. And but it has got to the point where we feel entitled to behave badly. We feel entitled not to parent our children properly. We feel entitled to go on a certain way. And it's absolutely the detriment of how we are seen and experienced by other communities. And not that we're here to talk about that, but I think this is part and parcel of our internal decline that we don't want to talk about, because nobody wants to talk, nobody wants to do the work, because everyone's going to say, well, not me. But we see it day in and day out. How can you go to a job interview with a bonnet? There were such small things that we could do to help one another, but we don't do it. And like I say, I repeat, we've got to the point where we are now entitled, and we feel that we don't have to do the work. Some of us will still do the work, but people don't do their children's homework. People don't invest in their children. They don't parent.
And then cuss you for parenting their child.
Right.
I got a flat in Tottenham. One time I was doing some work on. I got my builders to build a wall around the house. So because when the bricks are setting, so one of the youths across the road was leaning and pulled one of the bricks out. So the builder told the youth off, "What you doing, bro? The mum and dad come out to fight the builder, talking about to my builder. Don't talk to our child, rah, rah, rah." He goes, "When the wall drops on your picnic, then you're going to want to sue me."
Right.
You're going to want to sue me.
Right.
I've told your child, don't trouble the bricks. Why are you pulling the brick? We said we're pulling the bricks out of the wall.
I recently worked in a school, Gary.
I
can't. early, because obviously, I like to go to the places where they say that our children are a problem, right? So I'm a mum. My children have also been raised in this borough. They've gone to schools. So I worked as a special educational needs learning support, like the worst job in the world. But I thought, let me go in and see. I lasted 6 weeks, but I'm here to tell the community, listen, what we need is a belt. I just wanted to walk for the 6 weeks. All I wanted was like a belt to walk around with. Because you see the foolishness that our children go on with in school. You see, I know why they gave me the job. They gave me the job because they were like, this is a big black woman and she looked like she doesn't play. So they put me with the worst children. All I would have to do is stand up. Because they know culturally, we don't. But if they're running these poor little white women in the classrooms, ragged, remember me tell you, with the behavior, and it, I have to say, the majority were our children. The majority, now people want to say, oh, it's learning needs and this, that, and the other. Listen, just because they got learning needs doesn't mean they can't have boundaries and discipline. My sister had cerebral palsy, but she knew what my dad's belt looked like. So what I'm saying is, and he never hit her, but just the sight of it, she knew what time it was. What I'm saying is, this negation that we tend to have, well, they've got this problem and we can't do anything about it. It's a lack of investment in ourselves as a community that has led to our demise. Now, who's responsible for that? I think that's a whole different No Bravado show. But what that guy said is true. We're not self-directed in learning. And I don't know who we think is going to drop it in our laps to say, well, you lot can now have an easy ride. It was never meant for us. It will never be easy.
It will never be.
We have to do the work.
Yeah. Daniel said, and I've always said, look for the people who are sponsoring the party's election. It's them people who want a return on their money with policies.
Of course. Standard.
100%.
Yeah. 100%.
I ran for TTIP, right, with nationally the only black political party, and I'm here for all of it. Like, was it the greatest party? No, it wasn't. Did they have all this shit together? No, it didn't. But you would think, wouldn't you, that for the community, people would rally to it. And indeed, I don't care what anybody says, I got 503 votes, and that was my first venture into politics. But we don't see where we are. And I think sometimes when you're in rooms that kind of look at your community externally, it's such a valuable insight, because where we think we are, when we're woying by people's set and there's a flyer every weekend, where we actually are in the grand stream of things, we're just about to go over a precipice because we don't have the internal security that other people have. And I'm not here to compare. I'm just saying we've spent so much time living this life to impress others that now it's almost the backpedaling now is too late. It's too late. And I you know, it's really, really, we have no leaders. Now I know Gary has said, oh, you know, we don't want leaders.
No, I don't mean don't.
No, but I'm saying
people.
but we desperately need, this is my point, we desperately need leadership. Not to tell us what to do, but to represent our interests, because currently we don't have.
And I agree with that. But what I think my point, when I don't want leaders, I don't want people advocating on my behalf that I don't agree with your politics or your thing. So if you're towing the party line, yeah, and you're saying, oh yeah, well this, that, and I disagree with your thing, but then people look at it and think, oh, this black person said this, so you must agree with it. I don't like that. And sometimes I think some of the leaders are out for themselves. They're not out for the
100%.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't represent me because you're trying to further your own political games. So when I see leaders, you know what? A couple of MPs that I have to big up that seem to be doing work for the community. Marsha from Battersea, she seems to be working hard for the community. Dawn Butler seems to be.
Big up Sister Dawn every time.
Seems to be thing, and I think she's going to make a run for London Mayor. I just see her looking at that type of thing. What's the other girl? There's one up. The one she's up from like Leicester or something. It's Asian one. You can see that they're working for it's not about. I sit as a backbencher. I don't need to be at front, kind of sitting there, boom, boom, boom. It's good. I think when you look at some of our leaders, I just don't see them leading for us. Or they're swinging around in the wind when someone shouts at them too loud, or their donors start giving them some extra money. They want to change. No, I can't hear you. Work for the community.
I had an experience recently that I'd like to share. I went to, so obviously I am going to run again, but not anytime soon. I want to finish, you know this, Trisha, I've told you, I want to finish my master's first. It's kind of a big up. I always set myself a year's plan, right? And this year, I'm happy to tell you all that I'm now a qualified domestic homicide review chair and author. So I also did that whilst doing my master's. It's a really big appointment because it means when somebody dies because of domestic abuse, the Home Office convene a panel, a multi-agency, and I am now qualified to lead that. And that's really important for us because when we die, often it is people that are not from our community who ascribe certain things to us, even in death. Right? They don't understand. I went to your party, so you would have heard that Jeremy Corbyn and I believe her name is Sasha, some Asian woman, right?
I don't even like her too tough.
And they came to Croydon, and I went to the meeting. Now, I'm not the only black person in there. And right before she speaks, a very eloquent, articulate, younger black woman to myself from Black Lives Matter gives a brilliant opening keynote speech about the importance of Black Lives Matter. Now, the majority of the room is white, and the majority of the room is white and old. And it's white and old because they're the people that are still making money even when they're at these things, right? The rest of us have to wait till we finish our job, but they're there, right? And they're all Corbynites and all the rest of it. And Sasha, Asian woman, who's looking for people with the acumen to run for their party as councillors, as MPs in the coming up elections, gets up and talks about genocide. And she talks about genocide, and she's talking about Palestine, and she's talking about Palestine, and she's talking about Palestine. And I'm sat there, and I'm saying, you want to come to Croydon. Croydon is 53% global majority heritage borough. We are the blackest borough in London.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bun, Lambeth and Hackney, we have the most black people of any other borough. That's 32 boroughs across London. And you're coming to set up politically. And the only genocide you can think to talk about is the one in Palestine. You see, when it was my turn to talk, I had to say to her, Sasha, If you're going to come to somewhere, do your homework. You've come in here to talk about genocide, and there are women who look just like me right now in Sudan and Congo with their children that are being raped, that are being tortured, that we're seeing all over social media. But you've come here to Croydon, the blackest borough in London, and the only genocide you can think to come out your mouth is about Palestine.
This was trending.
That's a Donna right there, because at the end of the day, this is why I will never be elected, because I'm not a hair. Now, I'm saying black women and children who look just like me in these places are being killed. But the only genocide you want to talk about is Palestine. Now, I'm not saying, I'm not here to say there are degrees of genocide. Genocide is genocide and it's wrong.
Yeah.
But if you're going to come to a place where the majority of the people are black, how the hell are you going to talk about a genocide that when there's one going on that's killing off people who look like me, my brothers and sisters, not just look like me? This bottom will tell you I am from Africa at some point. So how is it we're talking about Palestine, who I have no direct affinity with, but this is what happens in politics, Gary, because what they want is a politician who will smile and say something afterwards, but not check them right where they are. And we need more voices that will check them right where they are, and that's not who they're gonna. That's not who they're gonna vote.
And you know what? And I said I didn't like that Zahana Sultana.
Zara, not Sasha is her name. Zara. That's right. Yeah,
Zahana, that's your party. But one thing
that's a whole different name.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Zahana Sultana, I think her name is. And when I saw her on Question Time, she was annoying, but she was standing up for her kind of like her views. So I'll give her that. But and I said before, politics to me is a thing where 90% of people who are in politics, not actually, that's a lie. 60% of people that are in politics, I believe, are not in it for the right or good reasons. They're in it for themselves and to make people look at them in a certain way and what they can get out of it. And what they're after the 4 years, where they can get. That's what I see them for doing.
What they can get. Your camera's frozen, Donna, but we can still hear
I know.
you.
I can tell. No, I'm going to turn it off.
Okay, cool. So we just keep rolling.
I do think like when you get that New York Mayor Zohan, whatever that guy, he looks like he's there for the people. He looks like he's trying to make the place better. You know what I mean? And when he gets pulled up, he sticks to his guns. He don't try and pretend like he didn't say the certain things. He's there talking the truth.
But Gary, I do admire him, and I've loved all of his opening salvos against the system in the US. But this is the honeymoon period, right? This is the beginning. I think because I've met a lot of really good people who, black people who want for the community. But when you join in the system, you have to bend or you're out. And they will offer you, it's a great networking opportunity.
Yeah, definitely.
You can, am I going to say that, I haven't benefited from politically networking? I would be lying. I know a lot of high profile people, got them in my phone, have those conversations. But you quickly realize that an outspoken voice and one that's not willing to join, if you're an independent voice, which is what I ran as, they're not ready for that. Yeah. They're not ready for it at all. I think the electorate is ready for it. I think more and more people want people who represent their local interests. Imagine Sarah Jones is my local MP, right? And we have a real problem with domestic abuse that informs children's exclusion. But she's not going to Westminster to talk about that. She's talking about Palestine and Israel.
You stop mentioning it,
100%.
And so this is why I say to people, if I was going to be into politics, and it sounds, I know I'm limiting myself, I wouldn't want to be an MP. I'd be a councillor in my local council, because that's where I feel you can make a difference in your community.
When you're even MP, then,
I hear you. You've got to have enough of you to kind of take over the council to be able to get things in. When I look at Croydon and look how much debt Croydon's in, I'm like, when I walk past Croydon and go to the gift centre and see how that match up, and Taylor Swift filming videos in there, I mean, doing things like that, like the council, this is by design. This is by design. Shutting down libraries.
And it makes sense because it's 53% black from what Donna's saying. So
100%. It is by design. But it also lets you know things like when I got into politics, I found out things that I didn't know. I didn't know that consistently for the last 14 years, because we are considered an outer London borough, even though we have inner London complexities.
Yeah.
We are funded millions of pounds less than our counterparts in Southwark and Lambeth.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yet
wow.
we have the largest amount of young people. We have the largest amount of young people in care, right? So we are going to have those contextual issues with young people and knife crime and all of that stuff. Yet we are funded tens of millions less than Lambeth and Southwark. So it is intentional. I
Right.
really do take Gary's point that where there's the
is.
largest amount of black people, let's just run it down to the ground,
Yeah.
and then move us all out to Hastings, and then we can bring in, you know.
Yeah. And
They will
but that's
gentrify it and
but no,
then
Yes.
make it-
no, but that's happened. That happens across the whole of London. It started in Brixton, and it went to Streatham, and then it's gone to Croydon. And it's
There's no
Yeah.
gentrification of Croydon.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It will be.
It's
Croydon's
coming.
a jungle.
It's coming. It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
It'll come.
Listen. I was telling people recently, like I went West Croydon recently, and no disrespect, I know it's your area. Place is dire. It's a dump. It's like literally, I'm like, who lives right here? And then your big main shopping centres down the bottom of that road, and you think to yourself, it's a derelict. Like Wood Green is the shopping centre, right? It makes Wood Green shopping centre look like
Westfield.
Dubai. No, the Dubai Mall.
It's Marina Mall.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Davina's saying we've got 3 minutes until we
Go
end. Davina's
sorry.
saying, can we have Donna on more than once a month, please? So, what say you, Donna?
I say a truck. Yeah, truck.
She's got no camera on, so we can't even see the facial expressions.
And I'm
But,
saying, Davina, thank you for the big up. You know, it's gratefully accepted, and I will. Trisha knows she's only got to call me, and I've never said no. So we will see. We'll see. Let's see how it pans out.
We would have asked for more than once a month, but we didn't want to take the piss. I thought, let me just ask.
You can ask me. I can do twice a month. Obviously, you know, it's with Davina's. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, twice a month would be cool. I love that. Preach sis, what kind of foolishness? What's this? That's why I can't work with children. I don't have that level of patience.
Come on.
Blame the government also. When government gave kids powers to report abuse.
No, I disagree with that because they needed to approve.
But they did take away parental responsibility. Like,
But
I don't think you should be beating your kids, like giving them slave beatings, but it almost feels like you can't talk, you can't do nothing.
You know, Trisha, like Donna, I work in schools. I've done lots, and PRUs, people referral units and stuff in there, and the youths them go on. The only word I can use is terroristic with the people, and because they feel they can do.
They know it's frightened, but they don't. None of them will rant with me in my career.
Yeah, but as I said before, you kind of got to look at things like that and take it from where they're coming from. And sometimes when you're working with these young people, you've got to appreciate that they're not coming from the same background, so their boundaries they need boundaries, and they need people just to kind of give them boundaries. And I've been there to give young people, like, you know what, that can't work in my class. You can leave. One you tell me you're gonna dash a brick in my face. I said, brother, it's your choice, but today you're gonna come at my lesson. Right. Because we're not having you threatening me. Yeah, when you get outside, I'm gonna brick your face. Brother, come at the lesson. You can do what you want to do outside, but recognize that I'm gonna defend myself if that happens. Carrying us to class.
Yeah, because, got a right to do that.
Yeah. I'm saying, you know, but PRUs and things like that, young people, that I think lots of young, and not even black people, just young people in general, are not in touch with their emotions and don't know how to express their emotions without. I think they become too overwhelming for them and overwhelm them, and then it only comes out in either screaming, crying, or violence. That's the kind of thing
that's
can't
really interesting because
express themselves.
That's a real interesting point because across all of the sessions that we've done in terms of No Bravado, it's come up quite often that our generation wasn't taught how to love self and all of the rest of it. And it seems like it's still trickling down in terms of teaching youth about emotional intelligence and connecting with self and
they may
love.
know it, but they can't express it because, like, sometimes
If no one teaches you, then how?
you
do you know?
know? I mean, yeah, if you could go somewhere. I mean, I've been out. I took a group of young people out one time, and it was a really nice group. We went to this thing, and basically, one of the young people was put on the jumbo screen.
Okay.
And they're about 12 at time, 12, 13 at the time, and they were, Gary, I'm getting hot, and I thought, but I think she didn't realize that she was embarrassed, but she did all she felt, but she didn't know how to express it. It was really cute, but
yeah,
it was just I don't know. I think I'm going sick. I'm going to die. Like kind of like anxiety type thing. And it was like, no, calm down. You're all right. It's just you're embarrassed because the whole stadium's looking at you. You're on screen.
Right.
And so it's that. And if you're not taught certain things and be able to kind of navigate certain things, it stresses you out. And then you break it out. It turns into violence. It turns into anger. It turns into pain. That's what things you need to be able to kind of get it out somehow.
I hear what Gary's saying, but my response to that is when we came here nearly 80 years ago, our expectation that the state was going, the state were going to raise children wasn't one that our parents held. I think we've now got to the position where the expectation, because all of the things that you said, Gary, and you're quite right in what you said, Trisha, is that these things are taught, right?
Right.
And so if you're in a house, if you're in a home that doesn't mirror emotional intelligence, doesn't mirror a differentiation in communication, doesn't mirror all of these things that you need to navigate life, then you don't have like a wide version of socialization. It's really important that children go out and see the world in different spaces, and that doesn't cost money. I went in the summer, I took my youngest to the British Museum for the day, and he chose it. And the amount of white children, maybe they're foreign, that are in there with their parents, looking at things, learning, like they're on the tours, compared to, and this is free, right? All you have to do is a bit like one of those free Eventbrite things. You just book the tickets, but it's free. I just think, going back to the original point, I just think that we talk about, oh, it's unfair and they're all racist, but again, we don't do anything to help our children, and we don't do enough to help our children, and we don't do enough to invest in ourselves, and that's something that only we can do something about.
But Donna, and that's exactly the same point that kind of what I was making about the woman about buying the bra. You can't be vexed with something that you took too long to do. If you want to take your child to the museum, take them to the museum. Don't just say, oh, we need to go to the museum one day over some holidays. Don't need to go to someone. You can go. It's open 7 days a week. Go to the. I can't tell you how many times my daughter's been to the Natural History Museum and the Science Museum and the V&A. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Take them. It's tree.
Make a trip and go to Liverpool and let your children visit the Slavery Museum. Like, there are things that we can do that are within our grasp. Instead of taking them to sit down in grandma's house 3 weeks in Jamaica doing nothing, take the same money and go and book one travel lodge in Liverpool and do something. Like, this is, and I'm not saying this because I'm saying this because I have done this with my own children. Education is not about school. Most of your life you'll be educated outside of school. So if you're dependent on the state to educate you about everything you're supposed to know in life, that will never happen. Most of our education takes place outside of educational facilities. You learn from people, you read. But if we're not determined to do that, then please let us not complain when we are not in certain spaces, because if we're not prepared to do the work collectively, and also, can we just stop? What I want to say is this, and this is from the heart. I don't think there is an appreciation for those of us who do stick our heads above the parapet to talk on behalf of our community. I don't think there's enough appreciation from our own community for it. Now, I'm not saying we have to agree, and I hear what Gary's saying about, and I'm not going to call certain people's names. We won't all agree on everything, but I think we do. I don't necessarily like David Lammy, and what he talks about, but what it takes to be a black person in those spaces, just walking in. I think there needs to be an appreciation for what it takes to be in those spaces.
No, but
and
yeah,
an understanding that just like in your job, where you necessarily can't go out, the managing director, even though you know he's a big idiot, is the same way it is for politicians. They don't. One person can't go against the whole system. We might not agree with them, but also let us just respect the fact that they are there, because it takes a lot. And I say that as somebody who hopes to run again. When I woke up and found my repossession hearing printed out in this online vlog, yo, said, may I tell you, it's a different level that these people will go to stop you from progressing or to be the voice of your people. When we come back and we talk about, I've experienced some different level racism. This is not Becky not taking me for the job and picking Lisa. This was private. Well, you think it's common. Court records are open to the public, right?
yeah.
My business in an online vlog was a different day for me when I realized, these people are prepared to go to. Okay,
Serious.
so that's what we're. Yeah, man, it's a serious thing. So when we hear about, now let me just finish. When you hear about Dawn Butler and what's her name, Diane Abbott, and they get these millions of messages, yeah, actually just take a little time to not just the system is racist, but what that feels like for them.
Yeah. Definitely.
But that's why I get saying to people, I will say to people, I wouldn't be a politician because the background checks, and I've got too much skeletons in my closet to do that.
Wow.
Like, and it's not even, you can get ahead of, you've got a good PR person, you can get ahead of most of this stuff, but there's always one or two things that I've said or I've done that I've totally forgotten about that will come out of 30
They will
years'
come. I know where the videos.
I mean, it was. Yeah, it is. It's. But encourage your children to go for it. It might not be something.
Yeah.
And don't scare them with the whole, the things that will come out. I really want to see more younger Black children. My own son's doing A-level politics, and that blew me away. I think we were the generation of we weren't exactly helped by our parents, and the system was never going to help us, but where we can encourage younger Black people to participate in civic life, I think that's really important, because we're not going anywhere. Not all of us can go back to Africa or go back to the Caribbean. Some of us are going to be left here, and we're going to continue to have children here. So investing in where we are is really, really important. And we can do that by encouraging more young people to participate in civic life.
Yeah, and agreed about that. I know people don't like David Lammy, and I don't particularly like him, not because of what's happened or anything, but I just think maybe because as a Black guy of a certain age, I remember when Paul Bolton was, and Bernie Grant, Diane Abbott. I remember when they got into power. I remember that year when they all got voted in. I remember feeling happy. And sometimes I feel like some politicians are living off their greatness and what they done from the beginning.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes I get a bit kind of frustrated, but I got to give David Lammy his props on certain things. Sometimes he stands up in Parliament and does shout for West Indian rights or whatever, Windrush or this, that, and the other. So I'm not knocking him totally, but sometimes I do think being like probably the highest Black person in government at the present time. You know what I mean? He's got a responsibility. He's not just got a responsibility for the Black people in the UK. He's got a responsibility for the whole of the UK. So that's why you kind of got to give him allowance. Stuff. He's not there representing only Black people. He's representing the whole of the UK, and that's his job.
Yeah, that's his job. Daniel is saying it's all part of the plan to run down Black areas to make it cheaper for whites to buy. Yeah.
It's not whites. It's Asians. It's not whites. Asians are the largest private, commercial, and residential owning. Yes.
Oh yes, yeah.
It's not whites, and the phone is ringing. Daniel, the phone is ringing inside the house. It's not whites. Whites do not own as much as Asians. You go anywhere in London, and you're more than likely, even if it's commercial property, your landlord will be an Asian person, Asian person. Yep.
Okay. Well, look at what the Lawrences are going through. At the moment.
Lawyers.
Is it lawyers? No.
Yeah.
He said Lawrences.
No, look.
Oh,
no,
okay,
yeah,
all
after.
right, yeah, we
Okay,
couldn't see that bit. Yeah,
He
sorry,
came back
sorry.
and so look at because you know, so look at what the Lawrences are going through at the moment. Anything to discredit people once they reach a certain level and are black.
Right.
We got a lot of trolls on YouTube today. I want to go, but I'm not gonna even bother reading that. He's not American like you ain't, right? Who's talking about Americans?
I mean that's
Cooper.
that's talking about. They must be talking about Zo. What's his name? Of the Australian guy who just won the American election. The New York mayor became New York. Yeah, they must be talking about that.
Okay.
Well, yeah, all right, whatever.
Yeah, whatever, Cooper.
Yeah, whatever, Cooper.
Okay, Cooper. Anywho,
Yeah.
I've just been ignoring them, but there's been a few like comments
Listen,
on you.
Trisha, white supremacy is crumbling, right? The
Yeah,
game is up, right? The game is up. They're breaking down all over the place. They're having their emotional moments. You have to leave them to have their little outbursts because they've realized
and to fly their flags.
Right, this thing that they have subscribed to, the only thing they had, especially for the uneducated, they didn't even have education, so the only thing they could subscribe to that would make them feel better was their race and their so-called white supremacy, and that is falling down in front of everyone. So you have to feel sorry for them and leave them and give them and pray for them and give them grace.
Me dear. Right, with that said, we're 11 minutes over. It was a great show. It always is when you hop on, Don. So thanks to Davina, we might have you more.
Ask Davina if she appear. Ask her that.
Davina, you offered up some moolah for come on, no, we're joking. But
It was a lovely show. It was lovely. It was nice to be with you and Gary. It really was a good conversation.
Nice to see you.
Yeah,
Nice to
always.
see you. How was Abu Dhabi? You enjoy it?
I didn't go this year. I didn't go this year.
Okay, cool.
No, I didn't go this year.
No.
So, and I'm a bit. I know we're over time, but I'm a bit morally conflicted with that whole Dubai Abu Dhabi thing now. Now that there's more and more coming out about how they're funding the war in Congo and Sudan, and I'm just like, do I really? I'm kind of.
You really want to get into all of that now? I didn't know they were doing it. Brilliant show tonight. Thank you, Davina.
Thank you, Davina.
Thanks for all your contributions. It's Davina saying, how much do you charge? You just said she was going to take 50k from her guy, hide the 50k from her man. You don't want to go into that trap,
50k. Davina got the 50k already. She's got the 50k already.
But yeah, Donna, where can they find you? What you up to? You got any projects that you want to talk about?
I'm just out here trying to, make it. I'm not anywhere at the moment on social media necessarily. I intend to land with a big bang for 2026. I've taken 2 years off and 2 years well needed. I was beginning to pour from an empty cup. So I've regrouped, reset, and I have a whole new half a brain full of information I think that we need to discuss. And one of them is, the situation between black men and black women in as we're seeing it on social media. I don't think it happens in everybody's life, but I think it's becoming a bit toxic. So I will be landing in January with that, but I'm just living right now, but people know how to find me.
Yes. Okay. Gary, you got anything to say?
No, it was Christmas time, just random little corporate parties, and other than that, nothing going on. What else is there? And my life's quiet at the moment. Yeah, quiet. I mean,
I'm gonna be busy. I'm everywhere at the moment. I was at Spitalfields today. This weekend, I'm at Millen Market in Wembley. Then I am at Wakuda in Lewisham Shopping Centre on the Sunday. Tomorrow, I'm at Archway Market at their Christmas extravaganza.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone's in the Archway area, pop in and see me. Get your Christmas gifts, all of that lovely stuff. But really busy up until the 22nd or the 23rd.
When you're back at Spitalfield, let me know. When I come, I was only around the corner from my office, and I'll come check you.
I don't think I'm going back there. It was cold and dead. It was hard.
Okay.
Cold and dead. Everybody was cussing. Yeah,
it's usually quite busy around there, especially on Friday. Oh,
it's busy, but for food.
Oh yeah, food. Yeah,
Nice little food market.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's a nice little food market, but It wasn't a complete bust, but I suppose it's not what I'm used to going out and making either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was, but you network and you hand out your flyers and you get customers beyond. But yeah, I'm really busy up until end of December really. So yeah, website is being updated weekly. We're putting more and more of our products on. So these are part of our new collection. So if
Yeah, you don't need to show. I've had my eye on them the whole 2 hours. Don't watch that.
So if I think I'm nearly sold out of quite a bit. So yeah, holla. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
did you research that thing I sent you?
I didn't today
Okay.
because
Okay.
I was out, but I'll
Yeah,
do
cool.
it. I'll do it tomorrow. But I'm definitely going to do it either way anyway. I just wanted
Why not?
to have a little look.
Yeah.
But yeah, people, Spotlight Radio listeners, Carl, our broadcaster, thank you for your support. You guys, Davina, all of you, Daniel, all of you that post in the group, and I say it all the time, without you, there's no show. So, you know what I mean? Thank you so much for your contributions. It means the absolute world to us. So keep posting, keep being your raw selves, just keep being you, because you give me a joke. Everybody is just too real and just hilariously funny in that group. So
Are you doing a thing this year?
what,
Christmas,
live?
Yeah, Christmas live.
It's live. It's a bit late in the day now, don't you
That's
think?
a question. Just ask question. That's a
I
question.
don't know. I want to, but we've done one
On
in
New
March.
Year's. Yeah, New
Maybe
Year's.
early New Year's we do
New
one.
Year's, yeah.
Because we've done one in March, and Carl's been asking, are we going to do one? But he's looking to travel, so it might have to be before he travels or after he gets back. And because I'm so busy, I literally don't have any weekends until after the 22nd or the 23rd of December. So it might have to be early doors. Yeah.
January. We do it back at Funge Park. You do it at that place again?
Could do. The venue's free. So I don't know if there's any other venues maybe, but have a talk and a chat, see what's what.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, people.
Take care. Much love,
Donna,
Gary. Much love to you.
Catch you later, man. Look after yourself.
Yeah.
See you
Yeah,
soon.
man.
We're going to
All right,
see
my
you
love.
in a couple of weeks by the sounds of it.
Definitely. Take care, my
What
love.
do you say bye? Gary just cuts off. If you say bye to Gary on the phone, he'll just cut you off. And if you
Love Jesus.
if you forget to, he's already and he's mastered it online as well. So yeah. Anyway, but I'll speak to you in a week. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, my darling. You take
All right,
care.
sugar plum.
All right,
Thanks for
babe.
today.
Bye-bye. Bye.